Right. Hello and welcome everyone. Namaste. I'm John King from Karmic Seeds. I'm a licensed hypnotherapist and Reiki master, and I welcome you here today to this group Hypnotic, Trance and Deep Relaxation and Energy Share. I would like to start by acknowledging and thanking the original custodians of this land, specifically for here, the Waka Waka people, and I would like to pay my respects and thank the elders, past, present, and emerging. I would like to thank all of our ancestors for their contribution to bringing us together here in this moment of now, where your energies is traveling from the future to me here now, as our conscious minds interweave in this all-connected, ever-present moment of now. What today will turn into, we shall see. Whether it's going to be a karmic waffle or a social loaf, I'm not entirely sure what kind of food group this will eventually become or turn into. Before I get too carried away, a couple of housekeeping rules. So first of all, depending on where you are on your mental health journey, if you are not in a good space right now, and you will know, and you may need to, and you may want to check with your licensed medical mental health practitioner to ensure that a hypnotic trance and some Reiki energy sharing is for you today. If you are underage, then make sure you get your parent or guardian permission before you listen to this recording or watch this recording. So, lots of things going on. Many people want different things. Today, mainly going to be a nice relaxation, maybe allowing some deeper levels of integration within yourself of all of the different things that are happening around you. Totally up to you. As you make yourself comfortable wherever you are, and wherever you are, you'll have all sorts of different things around you. Make sure you're not going to be disturbed for about an hour or so. If you want, you might grab a nice pillow. This is one of my favorite pillows, such a lovely texture. Engage your dominant senses. So if you're a very kinesthetic person, you may want to touch things, smell things, feel things. If you're more visual, you might have some really lovely scenery to look at, or a picture to put in your mind, or whatever, however you work within yourself. As you make yourself more comfortable and get ready to be deeply relaxed, safe and secure, calm and at peace, allow yourself for a moment to acknowledge how amazing and weird and wonderful this world is. And wherever you are today, if you are not comfortable in your physical being, if you have discomfort, pain, chronic pain, all these wonderful things, stress, busy mind, all these different things, just allow that for a moment. In giving yourself permission now to simply do what you can to get as relaxed as you can. I'm going to waffle for about anywhere from 5 to 20 minutes before I start the trance proper. And at any time, especially if you've either listened to this recording before or you already know the drill and are a regular trance or meditator, you can simply say, "Goodbye, John, I don't need to hear your words." Those sounds, those soothing sounds can just make me drift off, and I give my conscious mind permission just to turn off. My subconscious mind, your subconscious mind, is present, and it will hear every word that I say. It will alert you if there is an emergency, and you will instantly be able to come out of trance to deal with it and to be safe. Outside of that, give yourself permission to relax in your way and at your pace. As you feel into your body and your senses and gently, briefly reflect on the last couple of weeks, I wonder what's been going on in your world. Here, as the winds of change howl outside, and winter most certainly is coming, lots of different things for me to reflect on. part of why I was thinking of calling this a social loaf or asocial loaf is simply some of what we're learning, again, relevant to so many different things, culturally, judging, being present, how we work in groups, all these different things. Always brings to mind the idea of when we first came to Australia and we'd see the council workers, and it's a fun joke to say that you're driving past a group of people and one person will be doing the work and everyone else is watching, and we all have these different judgments and commentaries and what's important, what's real, what's necessary. So much of the stress we create and deal with in our world are really simply constructs to put value in different places, and it all just is. So depending on what culture we've been brought up in and what sort of intergenerational trauma we need to process as part of our own being and understanding, all different wonderful experiences. In coming out of all of that, as we look at society and our own role within it, and how happy are we, how content, how at peace, well, for you, whatever that is whatever it is. For me, at this point in time, and of course this is my recording so I can reflect and carry on and babble on as much as I want, it's very humbling to appreciate more of all the different cultures around us and what some people have been through and the different value systems and communication styles that we all have. So I'm acknowledging that difference that is cross-cultural and also cross-generational. Some of you young kids today are so wonderful and speak such a different language. So all of that can bring a simple feeling of gentle, childish-like joy of allowing, simply being aware that so many different things are happening. So when we remove some of the more stressful labels that we ourselves put on situations and just allow things to be, then we become more relaxed. So for a moment, I invite you just to take 3 gentle breaths with me and allow these breaths to be gentle. You don't want to explode your chest or hold your air too long, just something that's comfortable. As you inhale and then exhale. And then as you continue to do that, feel the air entering and leaving your lungs and feel the different muscles, tensions, tendons, everything moving in your body. And we take these things for granted. So if for a moment you just move gently, right? There's no one watching you, hopefully. So just imagine you're gently swaying, wriggling your skeleton in your body. For some of us, that's really easy to do. For others, less so. Again, allow that. And as I do that, a brief apology if you're watching this on YouTube and you don't have the good quality soundtrack with it that you can get. My earpods, after many hours on conference calls, are not working anymore, so you get just the normal microphone quality. Everyone who's listening to this on the good quality recording, possibly with binaural background sounds, hello and welcome and go deeper. Everyone else, just relax, keep wriggling for a moment. Is he going to get to some point? Where's he going with all of this? There was social loafing and council workers and everything made sense. Oh yes, and then in learning about aspects of the bystander effect, why aren't we all currently so deeply engaged in saving the planet, in being loving to all and each other and everyone? Why are we so self-centered and self-involved? And of course, that's an individual thing for each of us. In allowing ourselves just to do what we can. It's so important for any and all of us who care, who want to be comfortable in this world, want to contribute to their community in some form, to have a purpose, to not drown, to not give until we've got nothing left, but to first and foremost take some time to fill our own cup, our own energy with self-compassion, self-love, understanding of the world around us. And the more we do that, the more we can then eventually give as and when appropriate. And the more we can give without expectation, even better. So, as you know, anyone who watches me regularly here, you get little snippets of what I'm learning at the moment as part of my psychology degree, simply because this is part of where I can speak and review information. So the bystander effect and diffusion of responsibility, a lot of us, we kind of think that yes, we would help if there's someone in trouble around us, and yet when push comes to shove, so often we don't. And that can be because our own fear circuits shut us down. It can be if there's lots of people around where our subconscious makes a decision that, and this is called the diffusion of responsibility, is that there's enough other people who will do something, therefore, I don't have to. All of these things, when we're aware of them, means that we can have a bit more self-awareness and say, look, I understand that maybe not everyone else will do anything, so I will go and pick up that piece of rubbish or support this person or do X, Y, Z. Support me. So in being aware of how our bodies are programmed and how we behave sometimes makes it easier just to be more compassionate, understanding of everyone around us as well as ourselves. And doing that, if that removes some stress from our system, and if you listen to Gabor Mate, one of the many amazing people out there, and read some of his books and research, and not just the wisdom of trauma, but the myth of normal, and the strong correlation between stress and all these health factors, physical responses from our body. So the more we make time to relax, which is of course part of why you're here, the better our overall health and life enjoyment will be. So, as you relax, as you drift deeper now within yourself, are there other things I wish to say before tuning into universal energies and doing my usual calming things? Send me messages now, psychic messages from the future. What do you want? What do you need? I'm getting, no, I'm not really getting, this is something I was thinking about earlier. Pardon me. So in taking a brief moment before we relax, sometimes we want to go on the roller coaster, have that adrenaline rush before we can really relax afterwards. If you've ever been just about to drift off to sleep and you suddenly mentally in your mind stumble over something and you startle yourself awake and you have that little adrenaline, and then you can relax more easily into it. If as part of this process today you're going into trance and for whatever reason you get startled, then allow that. The startle response is natural, means we have this quick look around, am I safe? And if you are safe, if you don't have to deal with anything, you can actually ride that wave of relaxation back down, deeper down within you. If this was a faith healing church or whatever, then I would do something like whack you in the forehead and make you fall over backwards, and that is actually part of engaging the body's autonomic nervous system responses to induce deeper relaxation and eventually deeper trance. I'm not going to scream at you now or flash up scary things or anything like that, because that's not my style. However, if you're very tired, before we do the trance, I'm going to briefly do about a minute or so of breath of fire, which is equivalent to a cup of coffee if you do it right. It's used by the Inuits when they're cold and they're wanting to bring a burst of energy. So it's a diaphragm breathing. I really highly recommend, if you're having trouble with this, to actually Google it or watch it on YouTube and just watch a clip by a proper yoga instructor to do breath of fire. But basically it's a, I'll explain that it's a diaphragmatic exhale, and it's a bit like panting like a dog through your nose. You cannot asphyxiate or hyperventilate with breath of fire. If you get into trouble with the rhythm, just stop, slow down, get the right rhythm for you. But I don't know how long that was, probably only about 20 seconds. But so each is a sharp out breath where your diaphragm moves up, and then you just let it come back naturally. As I said, there's lots of videos out there you can watch, but if you do that briefly, it can give you a real boost of energy. So, if anyone who's ever hyperventilated, you can see spots and lots of oxygen. That's great, but it can also make you feel a bit dizzy. When you do breath of fire, right? So, I can easily do 5 to 10 minutes of this once you know how. It simply raises your energy. So if you are struggling with energy levels at any time, maybe that can help you. Since we're in a culture, or in a society, I should say, where most of us don't struggle to find calories, so getting more food isn't that difficult, then as we're going into winter, and this is part of why I'm bringing this up, it means that we can allow ourselves to remember to trust that we have enough energy. So those of us, and I'm a person who, I used to really hate winter. My body turns blue, everything shuts down, I struggle with energy and motivation. And breath of fire really helps, because I can always eat a little bit more if I need to restore the energy that I burn. But breath of fire helps to brighten my inner fire. Now, when we go into trance and I did the energy healing part, I'm actually going to talk a little bit about increasing your inner fire if you need to. If you are a really highly active person and it's already too bright, then when we get to that, I actually now tell your subconscious, and I'll tell you at the time, if you need to, turn down that inner flame rather than turning it up. Then when we think about cars and any sort of machinery, red line, and there's a great Geordie Kiefer song that now springs to mind, but I won't go into that. But when you think about revving at high revs, it helps to blow out some of your cobwebs, some of the crap in your body. So, depending on where we are within ourselves, sometimes using oxygen and our breath to motivate ourselves and our inner energy levels. When we know how to do that, it can just be a really liberating thing, whereas before there may have been times where you go, oh, I'm just so tired and I'm on my 10th cup of coffee and nothing else is going to help me except maybe some speed or whatever other, amphetamine of choice. No, bit of oxygen and we can achieve some pretty amazing states in a very cheap, free way. That's rambled enough. Now it's time to relax. to allow yourself to go into that healing space wherever your mind wants to go today. So now, as you make yourself ready and comfortable, make sure your head is nicely supported. And I invite you now to relax. If you wish, please look up now and take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, allow your eyes to close. And just for a while, reassure your subconscious mind that you are safe by listening to all of the different sounds around you, both inside and outside of the room where you are. As you do, just relax for a while. Listen to the sound of my voice. Let my words wash over you. It's nothing for you to do other than allow yourself now to relax to that state that is right for you today. And as you relax, as each out-breath gently relaxes you a little bit more, I'd like you now to relax your whole body as much as you can, starting with the muscles in and around your eyes. See and feel that relaxation moving down your face as you relax your cheeks, your mouth, and your jaw, and even relaxing the muscles inside your mouth. See and feel that relaxation moving over your forehead, over the top of your head and down the back of your neck, as you relax your shoulders and arms, relaxing your hands and your fingers, relaxing your chest and your stomach, your hips and your legs, relaxing your feet and your toes. As you continue to drift deeper now at a pace that's just right for you. Then I'm going to now connect our energies. For those of you who aren't into energy work or spiritual aspects of life, just smile at me. Allow whatever I say to wash over you. Give yourself permission with an open mind to listen without any need to accept any of the energy sharing that will happen. Simply be present, doing your own thing. For anyone who would like to tune their energies into ours now, in your mind simply say you allow it. Give your guardians and guides, whoever, whatever that energy concept may be, permission to work with my guardians and guides as you more deeply relax. And I'm just going to connect our energies for a moment, and you may or may not become aware of something or not. It's just whatever it is. And I'll get back to that in a moment. For now, just imagine we're all here in this room and this space, here with me. Hello. Hello, future me as well. And as we relax, here in this space, you are safe and secure. Whatever happens, whatever senses engage throughout this trance process, allow that. And it's different for everyone. You may find yourself eventually in the most amazing healing space that'll be yours. Or you might simply be drifting in a shapeless, formless void, or you may simply enjoy deep, restful, restoring rest and or sleep. Whatever you experience, allow that. So as you continue to relax and drift deeper, as I count from 10 to 9, just relaxing and letting go. 8, nobody wanting anything and nobody needing anything from you at the moment. This is your relaxation and trance 7 as you gently drift deeper down. 6 and 5. Any sound that's not an emergency relaxing you and taking you deeper now. 4. More and more relaxed. 3. Letting all stress, tension and negative energy leave your body at your pace and in your way. 3. Just relaxing. Just relaxing. 2. Drifting deeper now. And 1. As you rest here for a moment, at any time if you need to move to make yourself more comfortable, you can. If you notice discomfort in your body, you might wriggle around a bit. And as you do, I invite you in your mind's eye to send comforting energy to any discomfort you might have. If it helps you, if it's a long-term discomfort that you have, give it a number out of 10 or a color, and then the next time I count from 10 to 9 to 10 to 1 even, simply let that comfort become more and more comfortable, with 1 being absolutely comfortable. So simply in your mind, put a comforting color in that space, or a comforting color, a comforting number, and just drift deeper and relax. So now, let's start with our root chakra for a moment. At the base of our spine, here where we connect to our current reality. Governed by our adrenal glands, this energy center where we connect to now. So often, as we judge, as we label, as we experience a stressful life, as we experience trauma, so often our root chakras get damaged and we tend to want to escape this reality to the greener grass on the other side. If only I won the lotto, or did this, or did that, or was fit or healthy, and we daydream about a better future, or we obsess about the past. And all of these are natural things to do when we bring our attention into our body now, in this time, this space. As we allow ourselves simply to be grateful for a moment in our physical vessel, whatever state it may be in. Our ability to smile, the amazing moments in our life that we have had, however they may be shaped or colored by different events. Simply allowing this moment of now. As we rest here, imagine for a moment that the universal healing, loving energy which is all around us, and for those of us where our egos, our ways of being and thinking and acknowledging can't imagine that there might be free healing energy floating all around us that we can tap into, tune into at any time, that we simply can't imagine healing naturally through energy. That's okay. Whatever we've been taught and brought up with. Imagine what happens if you can, for a moment, tap into that. You might become aware of this amazing, soothing, loving, healing energy. Perhaps you might feel a tingling in the base of your feet or your toes, as any negative energy leaves through grounding. And it might leave through your feet or your toes or the base of your spine, or you might just feel whiffs and wafts of energy leaving your skin in a gentle breeze, whatever. Just allow that. Imagine that for the next few seconds of infinity, any negative energy that you've stored in the base of your spine gently leaves at your pace. And as it does, because nature abhors a vacuum at all levels, including energy, energy always flows out of a high and into a low. So as one energy leaves, allow happy, healing, loving, content energy to gently flow into, to rebalance, to restore your root chakra, being present, being comfortable, accepting this moment of now. And as you do, just relax and breathe, drift deeper. And then very gently, as we bring that energy to the sacral chakra, some would call it the sexual chakra, just underneath our belly button, sometimes associated with the color orange. Here where we give ourselves permission to take pleasure in our physical form. And that's not just simply about reproduction and creation, though there is a strong component where we create the reality we wish to experience through our sacral chakra coupled with our throat chakra, where we voice into creation. Again, as we allow, as we simply relax and balance and rebalance, imagine for a moment, even if these are simply concepts in your subconscious, unconscious mind, that in making peace in this space, you give yourself permission to let go of all guilt, shame, and negative self-perception. While there is certain levels and aspects to guilt and shame that are useful in our society and in ourselves, these are highly overdeveloped and over-experienced emotions in our modern world. As you give yourself permission to be you, for you can't be anyone else, and to allow this amazing vessel that we are in to be, letting go of all guilt and shame that we may have been taught, and allowing ourselves to be a loving, kind being. And wherever and whatever is happening in your world, as you allow yourself to be you, as that chakra relaxes, give yourself permission to enjoy your life. For you, as much as anyone else in this world, are allowed to enjoy your life. And when we enjoy our lives, we fill our energy. And that gives us more energy then to help others if that is important to us. And it replenishes our joy and life. As we gently move up now to the solar plexus chakra, just at our diaphragm, this yellow color, this energy center, here where our gut microbes interact with the food that we eat, which contains sunlight from our sun, energy. How amazing is that? Here where we have different energy connections to people around us and our center of self and being and confidence sit. When I was talking about our inner fire earlier, allow now for a moment, and if you wish, put your hand on your heart, put your hand on your gut, on this sacral, solar plexus. I'm getting there. It's been a long week. Allow energy to flow into this area. For me, if you could see my left hand, which draws energy in, is held out to the universe, and my right hand now is sitting on my solar plexus chakra. And as I inhale, I visualize and feel and see energy flowing in through my left palm. And then as I exhale, that energy is poured into not just my abdomen, everyone who is connected to me, all our energy constructs. So you might see or feel golden waves of energy flowing into that area. If you so wish, allow your breath to ignite, to strengthen your inner flame, or to regulate it dependent on where you are. And you can do this anytime. Let this loving, healing, soothing energy cleanse and clear any negative energy connections that simply no longer serve you well. Just let those go for a while, making room and space for new, wonderful moments of joy in your life. Bringing your hand to your heart, relaxing into your heart chakra space for a while. Here, this amazing energy center where we have not just spiritual and energy connections, we have deep knowledge and loving energy. As you may know, we have 3 brains. We have our brain, our heart brain, and our gut brain, and they all interact. All these different neurons and nerves and cells working together. Quite amazing. So as you bring loving energy into your heart for a while, imagine that your heart resonates with all of the love of the universe, giving and receiving without expectation. Allow energy to flow in. If you've had heartache and pain or have heartache and pain, for a moment, first of all, give yourself permission to love yourself exactly as you are now. Allow whatever you feel to be there and present. It is, after all, yours, ours. And then imagine for a while that as you allow a deep inner healing and relaxation to take place, that you let go of the negative, self-judging aspects of any heartache you may carry. I wasn't good enough. I wasn't lovable. I didn't. None of that is relevant. It's all relative to how we perceive things and how other people treated us. And ultimately, everyone does what they do because of how their history, genetics, and upbringing has programmed their amazing bodies and machines and minds and all of the social interactions. And we're riding these massive waves of history. And yes, sometimes it's nice to judge someone as an enemy because it's easier than to keep them apart and further away. And all of those labels and ways of thinking are as they are, and do what you do and need to. Imagine for a while allowing yourself to be at peace, to accept all that was and is, and to free yourself of the negative attachment to the past. To let go of that hurt and pain, and instead to grow in strength and wisdom and love, and to forgive, remembering that forgiveness means that we no longer need an apology from the other person or ourselves or the event without condoning the action. So it doesn't mean what was done was right. It simply means that we move on, we accept and let go. Just because we've forgiven doesn't mean we can't still set firm boundaries to make sure that we don't get hurt again. As we do that, as we grow in strength and wisdom from our past, from these experiences, then more and more we can allow even those that we would label as enemies, as other, as out there, we can allow ourselves to still send them loving energy. Imagine for a moment to always be able to think about anyone who has hurt us. I wish for you a healing experience in this life or the next that allows you to understand my point of view. And putting that more loving, generous, calm energy into that connection means that we feel better in our own physical form, and that helps us heal and be stronger. Gently now bringing that healing energy to our throat, here where we voice into creation the reality we wish to experience. Imagine allowing yourself to speak with respect for yourself and the other person. At times it's appropriate to use perhaps colorful language or to speak at someone else's level. However, in acknowledging and respecting each other, when we speak with respect for ourselves, the message we're trying to convey, and the reality we wish to create, then we can express ourselves clearly, lovingly, compassionately, forcefully at times, to make sure that we do create what we wish to create, respectfully. So perhaps as this energy moves around your throat, you might feel any tightness or tension here relaxing and easing. Sometimes we might not say what we need to. We may not feel confident, or it may not be appropriate. When we acknowledge that to ourselves, sometimes we need to write down what we wish to say and express it at a different time, to be patient. Be loving and kind and encouraging with yourself. Then as that energy moves to your third eye, your intuition. Our third eye is connected to our gut, hence gut feelings. When we are deeply relaxed, then our energy can be in our forebrain, where we do our critical thinking and analysis, and we can make better choices and decisions. When we're stressed, our body enters flight or fight mode, and our energy sits in our hindbrain, where our reflexes are, so we can run or beat the living daylights out of something. But as we relax, our third eye can open, and as we love and trust and grow from our past, and we know our body and energy, then it becomes easier to genuinely trust our gut feelings again, listening to our higher intuitions. And that can be a bit of a journey at times. So be loving and gentle with yourself, and when you're making important decisions in your life, make sure that you do them when you're in a relaxed state, or as relaxed as you can be. And perhaps make sure you get a good night's sleep before doing anything too dramatic in your life. And then we move to our crown chakra, here where we connect to all the even higher energies, to source, to all sorts of amazing out there concepts. I won't go into any details here, simply because that is beyond my calling. Just allow the most beautiful, healing flow of loving, golden, white energy to flow through your whole system now. You might feel it like a beautiful shaft of sunlight touching your forehead, and then moving through your whole body, cleansing and clearing, relaxing, going deeper. As I count again from 10 to 1, let yourself become twice as relaxed with each count, to go twice as deep with each count, to let your energy channels relax and open, to remove any blockages, to cleanse and clear, and to deeply restore your deep energy reserves as I count from 10 to 9, going twice as deep, 8, twice as relaxed, 7, 6, 5, twice as deep again, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And as you simply rest here now for a while, allow your energies to restore. Allow every single part of you, from the purely physical to the highest spiritual, and every layer in between, whatever that may mean for you, allow them to align with your brightest and best possible future, which is always in front of you, with the past behind you. As they align, let yourself integrate and become whole. And that will happen in a way and at a pace that is right for you. So smile at yourself lovingly, relax, and just restore your deep energy reserve. And from this deep feeling of inner calm, allow yourself to gently look out at the world. And like Ramble says, imagine looking out at the world and simply saying to yourself, I am loving awareness. That is a wonderful, gentle way to color the world around you with appreciation and gratitude. And as you gently restore, replenish, recharge, allow yourself to be in this moment of now. And as waves of comfort and restoration and inner peace spread through every part of you, any last residual tension or tightness leaving at its own place, replaced by comfort and calm. Feel yourself deeply centered and grounded, balanced, and allow your physical being, your higher energy states, allow them all to be as they are for your optimum health and well-being, whatever that may mean for you. Lovingly smile at yourself and encourage yourself every step of the journey. And give yourself permission to love and encourage everyone around you as much as you can. And as you rest here for one last glorious moment of infinity, which will be exactly as long as you need it to be, to deeply restore and recharge. For here time has no meaning, just like in a dream. So enjoy the most beautiful, soothing, healing, relaxing sights, sounds and sensations as you recharge. Now very gently, as you slowly start to become aware again of the sound of my voice, as you give yourself permission to let your subconscious mind make all the beneficial changes and adjustments that you need to give yourself permission to be more relaxed at times, to stress less, to do what you can along the journey. Then every day and every way you grow stronger, happier and healthier, calm and relaxed. And in a moment, as I gently bring you back, as I count from 1 to 5, you will slowly, gently return. And when I get to the number 5, you'll be back here in the now, and your eyes will open when you're ready, as I count from 1. This deeply relaxed state which is always within you, which the more you practice, the more easily you can return to this space and even go deeper. To 2, gently starting to return, a feeling of wellness and calm returning with you. 3, slowly coming closer now, just starting to wriggle your fingers and toes. 4, breathing more deeply now, wriggling around more, moving some of your larger muscle groups. And 5, opening your eyes when you're ready, taking your time as you bring your attention and energy back to this moment of now. I hope you enjoyed that. Once again, all feedback gratefully received. All encouragement gratefully received. Give yourself permission just to be in your own space for a few minutes now, and make sure that you do not immediately jump behind the wheels of a car or operate heavy machinery. Take some time now to come back into your body and to allow these wonderful, deeply relaxing moments to bring joy and gratitude to your heart. I'm not quite sure what else to say. So, in this ever and always uncertain moment of now, may you find inner balance and peace. May we all be free from suffering, and may we all be happy. I hope you enjoyed this. All feedback welcome. Any requests or suggestions for what you might want in the next fortnight's trance, please message me and let me know. Again, anyone who supports me financially, I am extremely grateful for you. Thank you. And I just hope you all have the most wonderful, amazing evening, morning, day, week, infinity increment. Okay. Many blessings and blessings and quirky, weird and wonderful things. Okay. Take care. Bye-bye.